It's time for Coach's Corner, and this week a special Coach's Corner because several events wrap up this week the fall into winter sports schedule, and that includes the high school football team. With that, you have the band, the cheerleaders, the HiSteppers, who all have senior members besides the football team, and we've got Kristin Smith with us today, who's HiSteppers. Well, they'll be performing in the winter, but this is their last performance on the home football field this year. And like all the other groups, you go through a very emotional home, senior night as well, don't you?
Yeah, we really do. It is always so hard to say goodbye to your seniors. I've got 13 this year, so that is a chunk of my team that will be graduating, and they get introduced before the game with the football players and the cheerleaders, and it's hard to, even though they do continue to perform in the winter and into the spring with our competitions and things, it's hard to start to see it come to an end, and that's really what football season senior night is. It's starting to see it all come to an end for him.
It's not the finality because you still have most of the year left with your girls, but we talk about this a lot. Like other sports, your girls, they're dependent upon moms and dads and support from family members when they were little. It may just be a different kind of sport, but there's a lot of effort, time, expense that moms and dads have spent, and I know that you appreciate that. And it's one time where we introduce the seniors, but it's also a time to say thanks to the parents too.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I have such great parents with my organization. They are so supportive and help out so much with fundraising and things like that. And it is expensive and it is time consuming. There's a lot of times that I tell my girls, I really think I spend more time with you than your parents do. A lot of the times because they're with me at 6:30 in the morning. There's times we're practicing on Saturdays, or we are, at a parade on Saturday. Veterans Day is coming up on that parade. So, it's a lot. And I do definitely like to recognize the parents on that night and tell them thank you for everything that they've done too. It's a good time for that recognition.
Well, while everybody was rejoicing 6 home games this year at Sullivan Stadium, Coach Smith was trying to figure out what she was going to do with an extra game. I guess we're going to find out on Friday. That extra game probably threw you for a little bit of a loop.
Well, I choreograph everything for my girls in football season, and we do some traditional things. No, it's always new choreography, but we always do a couple of high kicks, and we do a military, and we do a couple of prop routines, and that's 5. And I was going, okay, what are we going to do? My girls didn't really want to kick 3 times, which is understandable. So that's why we did a palm routine earlier in the year, and then we'll kick for Friday night because the girls always like to kick on senior night. So.
Well, football season ends, and it's a month before basketball season and wrestling season begins. So you just give your girls a month off, right?
Absolutely not. No, that definitely does not happen. We go straight into practicing right now. In fact, we started practicing for Panic, that all-school talent show that comes up right before Thanksgiving. So we're starting to work on that, and we've already started on nationals. We've got our military learned. I've got to finish choreographing our hoop for nationals, but I've got about 3/4 of the way done, and we've already started learning the choreography that I do have done, and we just hit the ground running. Football season is a really special time for the girls, and they love it, but boy, when it's over, we still have a ton to do.
Absolutely. When we talk about maybe a basketball or a football team losing seniors, you can kind of equate that into how the coach would handle that scenario. But tell us how you handle the loss of 13 seniors for your squad. This year's okay, but does that open up an awful lot of roster positions for next year?
It really does. Having 13, that really truly is a lot of girls. It's more than 1/3 of my team because I have 35 girls on the team. And so it does open up some position, and it does, experience is so important when you start talking about any team, and it's the same for mine. And when you lose 1/3 of your experience, that next year is sometimes it's a learning curve for the girls for a little while. So, but we'll be okay. We'll reload and go on.
It's just like everything else. You like to have a level amount of girls in each grade so that, as you said, they can teach them and they can learn as they come up. So 13, that's probably just about right, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's a great amount for seniors. I have 6 officers, and then those other 7 girls are really good leaders too. And it is a good thing to have a good, strong core of senior leadership, and I definitely have that this year. They do a great job.
As opposed to maybe a lot of sports, if a girl doesn't make your squad, they can really work hard and they might be able to make it the next year or the next year because you do have an open tryout too.
Yes, exactly. And I have that happen so many times that I have girls who don't make it that first year. And since we did open it to 8th graders to try out to be a freshman on the team, there's some girls who at that point they just don't have that coordination yet. They just haven't developed into themselves yet. And so, someone who might not make it to be a HiStepper as a freshman, oh my gosh, they have so many more opportunities that they can try out again and again. And I have a girl on my team right now that tried out 3 years and finally made it her 3rd time, and has been a wonderful. She's a senior this year, and was a junior last year on the team, and has been a wonderful asset to the team. It's that kind of determination and motivation that I want on the team. Girls that really, really want to be there.
It's kind of what every teacher wants, and everybody that teaches young people. That's the type of thing you really you're doing your job when you have a kid that tries 3 times.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
We'll look forward to Friday night against Sepulpa, and we'll look forward to your routine. Okay.
Well, thanks. We're ready to go.
Okay, very good. Kristin Smith, our high stepping coach on Coach's Corner.